probably noticed that many of my paintings and drawings using forms of hints for expression of the message. In this video we will talk about how I draw hints. So we will go step by step how I'm using my techniques to draw it, and everything will go just by my experiences. So this video is not related to any of the school of drawings or anything like that, because I learned everything by myself. So we will talk about just from my experiences here. So a few days ago I got a comment on this drawing if I could film how I draw this so I can make a tutorial on this one. And that's what we are doing today. So I hope you can learn something from it, and that's the goal for today. So enjoy watching it. For this tutorial we will be using charcoal and a regular pencil. So make sure that your pencils and charcoals will be sharpened well, because that's much easier to draw the lines. We will also be using regular white paper. This one will be in the size of A4, and that's about it what we need for drawing. So now we need to find a picture for the hands. So this time I will be using one from the internet, because usually when I'm painting from my head, from, you know, I'm imagining the hands and I will paint it. But to make it easier, to make this tutorial easier, we will find a picture on the internet, and I will post this picture also in the link in the description, so you can find the same picture and we will be drawing from the same picture, so it will be much easier for all of you. So let's find the picture now. When we are drawing with the pencil, it's also easier if we find a black and white picture, because it's much easier to get the right shadows, because it's no color distraction for our eyes. So I really more prefer to find a black and white picture for this tutorial. Okay, now we found the right picture. I think it's okay, it's black and white, it's enough shadows everywhere so we can see exactly for the details at the end, and I think everything looks great for tutorial. So I think now we are good, we have everything we need, and we can go now to drawing. Okay, so we will start with drawing the shape of the hands, and at the beginning everything we will draw with the pencil. So when the shape will be finished, then we can go to the shadows and details we will draw with charcoal. So let's start with the shapes of the hands. Firstly it goes in that way, right? So just draw the line. Maybe, okay, this we can make it also a little bit bigger. You really need to be gentle with the first lines, so these lines will not be visible at the end, but if we will draw them too hard, it will be hard to raise them. So here we go, here starts the hand. The first hand is here and the second hand goes here. Something like this. And the fingers, another finger, hope it's possible to see this for you. Okay, so here will be a little bit more complicated. We need to draw all the fingers from this side. So firstly we need to make sure that it will be enough fingers. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. This one is 4. So now we can draw the shapes of the fingers. It's really, right now we are really drawing just the shapes, so it's not necessary to make it so clean, just to make the shapes of it, because later we will go to details and then we can fix all the mistakes that we will make here. So it's really not a problem if you make a mistake at the beginning, because you can fix it anytime. Like I said, it's in the intro, it's really just, we are drawing just from my experiences. So I never went into any art school or drawing school. So I was always learning everything by myself. So maybe this tutorial will not be like it would be if you would go to school, or maybe any other artist would make a different tutorial. But if you would like to draw like I draw, this is the way how I'm drawing it. So I'm really happy for the feedback that you guys giving me. It's a big motivation to keep doing what I love, and you guys are a big part of it. Like, my dream was to make a community of people who like my art and like same thinking people, and that's what we are doing now. It's really great to connect with all of you from all around the world. And yes, I'm really happy for that. Okay, so now the shape is getting better and better. Now the second hand. Please tell me in the comments if the angle is okay, or for the next tutorial we can change the angle for different one, which one you would prefer more. So yes, please tell me your opinion on that. Here on this finger it's really dark, so we need to make sure that we will get the right lines. So any of my drawings you saw or paintings, I'm starting like this. I just make a few lines and then I go to the details. So right now we can see that there are two hands holding together, and I think that now we can go to the shadows. Okay, as soon as we finish the shapes of the hands, we can now start with shadowing with this charcoal. So firstly we need to find where shadows are on the picture. So wait, I will show you. all those dark parts we will start with here. We need to separate the light from the dark, so we need to make those separation from the light. So we can start with all the dark sides, and then later we will just make this nice separation. Okay, so all dark spots. When we're drawing with charcoal, we need to be careful because these little pieces of this pencil are always falling onto the paper. So if we will like slide the hands over it, it will make a line. So we really need to be careful with this thing. If you're drawing first time with it, try to make some lines on the paper before you start drawing, because you will see it's really fun to draw with this thing, but at the beginning it can be a little bit difficult because it's different than a pencil. It's more soft. The lines are getting more soft also, and it's a little bit different feeling to draw with this thing. You will see why. So we are here with another hand. Oh, I really love this part when we are playing with the shadows. It's really interesting what we can do without a camera, like with our hands. So I really respect all the artists who are doing like great pictures with this thing, with this charcoal, because you can really do magic when you know how to use it. Okay, so we got the shapes now. Again. Now you can already see where we are going. So now we can start with making things darker, making shadows more hard. Maybe for this time we can change an angle for a little bit. I wanted to change the angle just to see how this thing how you need to be gentle with this thing. Okay, we are now with the nails. So we will nail it, yes. It's already possible to see what we are doing, and I like this part. I really like this part. Okay, here is the most darkest part, so we can put lots of this into here, lots of black color. I want to encourage you that when you will finish your drawing by this tutorial, please send me your work on the email. My email will be in the description, and I can share your work in my next video so we can connect even more. And also it will be a great feedback if this tutorial is really helpful or we can film more details, and you know what I mean. I want to help everyone, so to make sure that this tutorial works for you, I need a feedback from you. Okay, here is a little bit of the shadows, and here also nail here. Okay, now we are actually just playing with all the shadows. So you can also, at this point, if you want, you can also quit the picture, turn off the picture, and you can just go with your mind. So playing with your mind where the light should be, where it not should be, where the light should be or where it shouldn't be. So it's really all about our imagination. So we don't need everything to draw just from the picture, because we can make our own picture in our mind and then we can create it. It's even more fun. That's why I love painting, because you can paint whatever you want. You know, camera can make a great picture, but it can't take a picture from your mind. So that's why painting is so important, because we can share with the world the picture. Only we can see it in our mind. That's why I love art. Okay, so now we can see the magic. Now is the magic part. For this part we will be using now, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, we will be using these sticks for cleaning the ears, if I say that right, and we will just went over the lines really gentle. You will see it will create the magic. I also forgot to mention that when we finished the lines with the pencil and Kirchhoff, it's good if we erase the lines from the pencil, because it will be much easier and less distractible at the end when all the shadows will be finished. Because once the shadows are finished, it's hard to fix any of these things. So yes, I'm sorry for this one, I'm still learning. And yes, I hope you're not already went too far to that you couldn't erase this, but I'm sure. But it's never too late, you know that. Okay, so back to the magic work.
So as you can see now, we are making a nice separation between dark and light, and the shadows are getting more gentle and more realistic. Okay. And also you don't need to be afraid of make something wrong here, because you can erase it anytime you want. We are getting here, right? What is the most important in drawing and painting? We need to know from which side the light is coming. So that's important because of the shadows. So if we don't know from which side the light is coming, we can't figure it out in which side the shadows needs to go. So that's what some people make mistakes with painting. The painting can be really good, but the shadows and lights are in the wrong directions, and it make a little bit of distractions for our eyes. Like something is not right, but it's hard sometimes to figure out what exactly. So most of the time it's just the play of light and dark, and we need to figure it out from which side and into which side it needs to go. It's really just we are just playing with everything. And like I said, don't be afraid to make a mistake. You can really erase it anytime you want. It's same as with pencil, even easier, because we are really doing gentle lines here. be honest, we are almost finished. So you can do this. You can make those you can do this blending with shadows and light, as long as you don't find the right light actually. So it's really, here is no limits. You can make it more or less realistic as much as you want. Like, just play with it. And like, more time you will put into the picture, into the drawing, the more realistic it can be. And because we are here just making a tutorial, we don't need to go straight to totally realistic drawing, because it's more about how to make it good, not perfect. But you will see more work you will put into it, the more realistic it will be. Of course, if you want to make realistic. So I will add a little bit more dark here. And the lines of the skin, it always makes more realistic. And here also. Here a little bit. Okay. Just not to make it too hard, because it will be too much difference. Here we can add also a little bit of shadows. Here. Here is really dark on the picture, so we can also make it darker. I'm sorry for that. Come on. Okay, so we are almost finished. I will fix some things here, and then we can now erase all the mistakes we've done. So I have here this little eraser, and with the nails they can be a little bit more white, and maybe this side here with the finger. Here is another line I want to erase. Here I went over the line, here as well. Those little things makes the picture perfect. I mean, perfect in our eyes. It doesn't matter what people think actually about our art. We are doing it for ourselves, for You know, share this creativity, make this creative flow in us. This creative energy is a great thing when we learn to use it. And when you learn to use it, you can feel so good after it because it's really a gift in all of us, and we need to use it. We need to be creative. We can't really know what we are capable of if we are not trying new things. And we can try new things if we are creative. Like, do something new, do something that you didn't do yesterday, or like something you're not expecting to do, like something totally new. That's what life is all about. Doing new things, getting new experiences, enjoying in all different things you do, and that's it, that's everything. We need to try new things all the time. So that's how we can find this really one thing that we are love to do. I mean, maybe it's not just one, maybe it's more of them. Sometimes I see for myself that I really don't know what I would do today because there's too many things I love to do. So it's also can be hard sometimes, but you're enjoying it. It's like, it's all about enjoying, it's all about having fun. We should have fun all the time, and that's what I'm trying to do now, and that's what I'm trying to share with you to get this mindset of doing fun things in life and like enjoying in all these little things, being creative, and share this with the world, share this with people you know, and that's it. That's life. Okay, so it's time for the signed drawing down, and that's it. We are officially finished.